No, man. Hey, listen, let's jump into this topic because I think that this is pretty major thing that we're hearing here from Ian Rappaport. He was talking about this on NFL Network, and he essentially talking about Ben Johnson and what he's hearing from people, not only with the Raiders Association, but also scouts, also people around the league as well. What he said there was that people who are associated with the Raiders job, per Ian Rappaport, he's talking other candidates. You want to throw that graphic up? Or
yeah, I got it.
He's talking to other candidates. He's talking he's talking agents, I'm sorry. He's talking people around the NFL. There does seem to be an acknowledgement that Ben Johnson is the leading candidate. And also, a lot of people, frankly, believe that he is going to get the job. Again, this is per Ian Rappaport on NFL Network. I mean, listen, when you hear this, we'd kind of been hearing rumblings about this, right, for a while. You heard it from The Athletic for a little while. You're kind of like, The Athletic, that's a very reputable source. Of course, you hear from the beat writers and stuff like that, but then you hear from The Athletic, you're like, all right, New York Times bought them, reputable source. Then you see Pro Football Talk doing it. You're like, okay, maybe they aggregated it from The Athletic here. I'm okay with that. And you see Ian Rappaport.
It's official.
And
now.
when you hear an Ian Rappaport name dropped on something, that is that's when you just go, oh, nope, it stopped working again there, Joe.
Wow.
I tried to hit the soundboard there.
What?
By the way, while you figure that out, Paul, appreciate the super chat, by the way. Appreciate you. Emiliano, appreciate you as well. Paul's comment, absolutely go after the coach who wants to be here, get McCarthy and build that O-line and D-line. Emilio, ain't nobody going to convince us that anyone not named Ben the Pen Johnson would be a great hire. If we lose him to a worse organization, we low tier. Okay.
I mean, listen, here's what I'll say about it. And to me, if this is the case, if Ben Johnson is leaning towards going to the Raiders over choosing the Chicago Bears, it sucks. It does tell you something about your organization, but I think you make the best offer that you can to try and get the candidate that you believe is the best candidate. I believe that you go out there and you make the offer that it is almost impossible for him to refuse. If he does refuse that offer, I did my best. I took the biggest swing I could. That's the best that you can do because you do still have a list of candidates out here who are good candidates. You do still have a list of candidates out here who are people that I believe can lead the Chicago Bears team to a winning, to becoming a winning organization. I think there's a lot of stability here. I think when you hear Mike McCarthy's name, I feel that way. When I hear Aaron Glenn, I'm hearing phenomenal things about Aaron Glenn. I mean, like he's one of those top candidate guys. And to me, it's not the end of the world if you miss out on Ben Johnson, but clearly he's the number one guy that we all want. Clearly he's the guy that we want to bring in. Clearly he's the guy that we think is an answer for this team. Joe may feel a little differently, but
I'm okay.
I think that it's not the end of the world if you miss on him. It's the end of the world to me if you didn't do everything you could do to try and get your guy, if he is your guy. And we'll never know that.
I don't know. To me, all I see is over the years and years of watching football, the hot coordinator, it's sometimes is it the sum of the parts. I said that we talked earlier, right? It's like, Dan Campbell, good coach, put a good staff together. And it's like, is it the sum of the parts that make them great? And then when those guys leave, it doesn't mean they're going to actually, become these great head coaches. I mean, Bill Belichick, prime example, years and years. How many coordinators have we seen all under him and they all leave and all of them have bombed? Vrabel wasn't even a coach under him and he was successful as his own coach. I mean, let's go back to Jimmy Johnson. You had Norv Turner. You had
take a shot. We got some liquor.
We
made it back to the 90s, boy.
But I'm saying, he was a good coordinator, a decent coach. He never necessarily won. I mean, now out of the Philly, Jimmy Johnson went. I'm saying Norv Turner and Dave Wannstedt.
I thought you were talking about Jimmy Johnson.
Hot coordinators.
Hot
coordinators. They had a dynasty.
Dave Wannstedt. Talk about a miss.
Well, not necessarily, but it's the sum of the parts. It's the GM. So just because to me, I see him as either the next Shanahan or he could be the next Arthur Smith, or he's just another flash in the pan, Adam Gase type of dude. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, he could be good, but I don't want a rookie head coach. I personally want McCarthy. Like, I'd throw everybody away. Give me McCarthy. I got a guy that has coached MVP.
I like this guy.
MVP quarterback or caliber quarterbacks. He's won. We could get to that because that's the second topic. But I'm not mad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad.
On the kid?
Honestly, Ben is one of the hottest coaching candidates here. I didn't expect us to be the landers. We're not the perfect landing spot. I know the
Raiders aren't better.
The Raiders aren't better. But it's
way better. If he chose like,
I'm gonna be honest.
If he chose like the Jets or something like that, maybe. But or Jacksonville, maybe Jacksonville because of the division, right? Like it's easy. I can get Balky fired in there, bring my guy in. If he chose a team like that, I'd get it. You're going to a team where you got no quarterback. Maybe you get one this year.
Maybe you get one this
draft.
year.
Like
they got a tight end.
You got Brock Bowers.
Maybe you get one this year. But you know what you do have? You have an organization that you're not worried about power struggle. You have Tom Brady in there that realistically.
What? Disconnected? What?
Yes. Yeah.
What?
Pat, your mic's disconnected.
My mic's disconnected?
Yeah, you got really low levels. Can I hear you out there?
Oh, okay, man. You threw me off.
Oh,
here you go. You back on.
Oh, I feel you. I got you.
Okay.
No, but it's like real talk. Like you have Tom Brady over there. You have a football mind, one of the best football minds over there. You have a level of influence that Ben Johnson could be a part of the ascension of the Raiders, and that can be a great thing for his career. I wouldn't be mad at if he chose them. I really wouldn't, because I can understand why he did it. I can understand the gamble he's taken to take that organization. I'm not saying they're better. I don't think they're better, but it's Tom Brady.
I think Mark Davis
it's
just
Tom Brady.
But Mark Davis is just as bad as any of them.
Would you want to work with Tom Brady?
Maybe. I guess.
You guess?
I don't know. What? I mean, it's. You're not going to be working directly with him. Yeah, he's in the broadcast booth, all that stuff.
Who says you're not going to be working with him?
He's a cachet as much as Magic Johnson.
You know, he does get to be in his own organization. If they draft a QB, he gets to actually be there with that QB because it's he's a minority owner of that organization. Like
how long is
he's like 4 years removed from a Super Bowl?
No, but what experience does he have of building a team? Like just because he
left one organization and won another.
No. I mean, there's a lot of great players. It doesn't mean they're going to turn into great owners or great whatever. My point is, like with this situation, he's the hot name, but this happens every stinking year. There's a hot name every year, and a lot of these guys flame out after so long. Some of them they don't make it. So my thing is, again, we are in a very pivotal point with this team with a very young quarterback. A defense is pretty much built. All they got to do is buy an offensive line and put it together. I don't want a rookie coach trying to figure out how to figure himself out. We get someone to come in here that knows what they're doing, and we get to hit the ground running.
JC, what you got?
I'm pretty much feeling the same way everybody else is. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I again want Ben Johnson. He's number one on my list. But I mean, if you want to sit there and go to the worst division to go to, where you got, first of all, 3 top head coaches, 2 of them are legend head coaches, and Sean Payton, Andy Reid. Then you got an up and comer, and obviously Harbaugh, who's already proven it at all different levels. You have up and coming quarterbacks in Justin Herbert. Bo Nix did a really good job as a rookie. Then you're already talking about Colt Mahomes, who nobody can seem to beat. You want to go there and try your hand as a rookie coach? Go be my guest. You don't have a quarterback. Your team is going. If you go to the Raiders, your team is going to be drafting 6th. That's right outside the door of Shador and Cam Ward, who essentially are, I'm assuming, going to be the top quarterbacks.
You're going to be stuck in a bad position. All right, now I got a voice. You're going to be stuck in a bad position to try and like make this team better immediately versus those 3 guys. I know we talked about it off air that it might be not any different here, but I mean, I'll take my chances with Minnesota, Green Bay, and Detroit.
It's not that. The reason he's going there is probably because he's going to be able to call more shots. This is Ryan Poles.
Well, have fun being shot in 4th.
Well, the point is that if he's going to get the bag and he gets GM probably control or something like that, that's why he's going there. This is about the best opportunity for him. So that's what I think is the situation. Ryan Poles is still making sure that he's the GM. So that's probably why he's going there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, the most important thing is that is that if Ben Johnson is your guy, if that's the guy you want, that you're doing everything together.
Right.
If Ben Johnson chooses not to be there, you can't control that. He's got to pick you. Mm-hmm. That's what it comes down to. He has to pick you. If he doesn't pick you, you can't do anything. But what I want to know is that you did everything that you can. That when the opportunity came, you flew in Ben Johnson. You took him out to dinner. Come on, baby, take me out to dinner. Bing bong.
They didn't do none of that, did they?
They can't do any of that now.
Oh, right.
You got to wait till he's out of the playoffs. You would hope that you get at least your opportunity to get a second interview with him, and he's not just all in on the Raiders. But my thing is just make sure that you're taking the biggest swing. If he don't want you, you can't do anything about that.
Peace.
And it's not. Listen, I think that it does speak to where your franchise is, that you can have a quarterback like Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson doing his research, looks at your team and goes, I'm good.
I don't know if it's that, though. Is it
I don't know if it's that either.
Is it more about what he can get and have control?
And I'll be honest with you, I like what he's done with the Lions, but like Todd Monken has done great work with the Baltimore Ravens. He's done great work with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has the 2 best seasons of his entire career.
Joe Brady's
like
stuff.
I get that he's this highly touted thing, but there's other coordinators, if we're gonna look at coordinators who've had success, who are just as successful in this coaching carousel. Like I get it, but he's just a name to me. Like he doesn't move the needle that much for me.
That when you're the number one offensive candidate for the last 3 years, when you've got the number one offense, when you turn Jared Goff into this, you're doing something right. There's a reason he's the hot name. I'm not going to discredit him or disrespect him in that manner.
But we talk about Jared Goff like he was Sam Darnold.
Jared Goff was Sam Darnold.
Not really.
Jared Goff legitimately was Sam Darnold.
Whoa, PK. He was literally the most efficient quarterback for like the first 6 weeks. He was going like 18 for 18 every Lions game.
Are you saying, but you're saying before he was with the Lions, we talk about Jared Goff like he was Sam
We're talking about like he was such a square. He wasn't.
He wasn't.
I
watched Sean McVay.
They traded him.
I watched it.
They traded him. That meant that
you want to know what got
number one overall.
You want to know what got him to the Super Bowl?
Hey, was he Stafford? No, Stafford's a rare QB.
You want to know what got him to the Super Bowl?
It's like rare, but
His run game protected.
How many people can do it? How many? Hey, listen.
Look, I'm not trying to take the discussion off the rails.
The mid defender.
Where's C-Dub at?
C-Dub. Guitar solo thing.
Goff was never Donald. Like he was never that bad.
He was. Oh, you saying he was never that bad?
He was never that bad.
Okay. See.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying we're talking about like
he legitimately was Sam Darnold this year.
Wait, fellas, real quick. By the way, we had 100 in the chat. Over 100 in the chat.
I don't think the soundboard's working.
I'm still pumping.
It's working. I think it works. And then we got 200 in the
okay.
Hey. 300 in the chat.
Bro, YouTube, we got 400 in the chat.
That's right.
700.
Oh, God, Jesus.
We all over here.
Can't broke too fast now.
We got 400 here.
Jesus.
That's burnt. The heck is happening?
Hey, Joe, get a new soundboard, man.
We have 2 super chats. I saw
3.
Bellissimo.
You're missing 3. You got
Ben
one
Johnson's
earlier.
Shout out to Bellissimo. He said Ben Johnson changed his name to Ben Chode in Vegas. Emiliano Brito said LVR still paying.
They're playing 4 coaches,
the Raiders,
3 GMs. Their owner sucks. Brady has no experience in ownership. In the hardest division, no QB, can't lose your guy to them. If you
hold on a second.
If you do, you do. Yeah.
I don't know. I got
Go ahead,
something though. But if Ben Johnson goes to the Raiders, he gets to pick his QB. That is the only reason why I'm not as upset with him going there. Because as a new coach, you want everything your way, and they're going to give you it his way because it's a blank slate. And with the Bears, we don't have a blank slate.
And you got to trade up.
And there's some veteran QBs that are going to be on the market that could.
If he goes veteran, okay. Because I was about to say rookie quarterbacks, he's out of the race.
He's out of the race, but there's some veterans. Russ,
he's not out of the race. He's not out because they will mortgage the farm to get whatever they want.
So you're saying they would have to draft up, but they're not in a position to actually pick.
They got too many holes to mortgage the farm.
But if he wants them,
Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But if that's one of the guys that he really wants,
it's not and
they want him. That's might one of his caveats to say, "Hey, I will if I'm come here over there. This is what I want."
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, my thing with all of this is take the biggest swing. If he doesn't pick you, you can't control that.
Move on.
You have to, and I think that's why you have to look at some of these other candidates and
you interviewed the guy. Congratulations.
You did interview.
You interviewed.
You know what I mean? You got a chance to talk to him.
One.
You had one of the top jobs on the market. Yeah. He picked a different one. Tom Brady came in. And I love the people that were like, what's Tom Brady going to add to this? Why would Tom Brady make a difference? It's Tom Brady. And
If
what
you ain't
Tom Brady
cheating, you
gets,
ain't
he
trying.
wants.
Yeah, I mean,
Tom Brady wanted Super Bowls in Tampa Bay. He got it.
Yeah.
no, I think that Tom Brady's smart enough to sit there and be able to. It's really, to me, I don't think it's such a slap in the Bears' face of Ben Johnson. It's the right situation for what he would want. If you're in that situation, would you rather go to a team where you pretty much have full control or some of that control?
I want to
versus-
win.
I understand you want to win, but my point is you're getting paid probably $15 million a year. You don't have to, like, what was the whole point with Ryan Poles, right? Supposedly he was irritated that now with Kevin Warren, he doesn't have a direct connection to or communication
To ownership.
to
He's mad he
ownership.
got a boss.
So now I got a guy over me. That's irritating. If I was supposed to be the guy, you got this head coach is coming in that has probably going to have some of that type of control, some of that power, and I get to have basically call Tom Brady all day. That's going to be my guy.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it is a better situation.
You want to be in a situation where you can learn.
If you can run the whole thing,
You can learn
Hey,
how
listen,
to do. And there's a lot of the Raiders were trash and have been a trash organization, but they've made changes so people can actually come there and develop there. They're making changes to do that. The Bears are still. We're questioning if the Bears
only
are doing
change the Raiders have made is they keep firing head coaches. They're still paying Josh McDaniels.
They did learn
They're
though.
still paying Josh McDaniels.
No, they did learn that.
They're still
speed-
paying
No.
John Gruden.
No, they learned
They're
one thing.
still paying Antonio Pierce.
They learned one thing.
Where Gruden's
They learned one thing. They learned that
learned what not to do.
speed isn't everything. They finally learned that because they used to get the fastest guy at the position, regardless of skill.
Oh,
They
Ruggs.
finally did learn not to do that.
that's Al Davis.
Henry Ruggs.
I mean,
the
listen,
son
it's-
just inherited the team, and he looks like
my thing
That's
is,
it. But you asked what they learned. They learned not to go. Speed is not everything.
at the end of the day, I'm not gonna look at the Raiders' job and say it's a better job. Like,
No, not at all.
It's not.
It's not a better job,
Yes,
no.
you get more control, but
Yeah.
you also probably have the shortest leash. Clearly, look at their history.
yeah, he's gonna have.
They're four
You could get
GM.
fired
They're
in
4
3
GMs
years.
in 5 years.
Right,
Yeah.
so that's where it's going. Like I got a chance to run most of it, or I can handpick my GM.
Well,
That's great. They're 4 GMs in 5 years.
I'm just saying the whole point is that you
Like,
have an
what are we talking
opportunity.
about?
That's probably why
We're talking about this freedom to go out and do what you want and get the job done, and everything's perfect for you. And they fired everybody that's walked in that door in the past 5 years.
But that's why Tom Brady's there. Like, now Tom Brady. gets
Tom
to-
Brady's gonna make him not fire
Tom
him.
Brady's
Yeah,
not
Tom-
doing any.
what I'm
Why
saying is
everybody
Tom
keeps saying Tom like
because
he's the
Mark
president
Davis-
of the dang organization?
Because Mark, it's just like magic with the Commanders. You know, he's going to be the
Joel,
draw.
talk to your mic.
It's like
Huh?
magic. It's
Joel,
like
talking to
magic
your
with
mic.
the Lakers.
I'm
man.
in my mic.
Commanders are far ahead in,
What I'm
in
saying
their,
is-
their process than Vegas.
I bet it's no different from the McCaskies can't figure out how to hire a coach. They got to go to a consulting firm. Mark Davis does not come across to me like he's a real football guy. He's the son of an owner, and he inherited a team. And there's a reason why they have a lot of dysfunction as they have right now. So to me, this is a situation where I got some help. I got a minority owner in Brady. Okay, he can help. He might be a guiding force for me to figure out how to run this team.
If it's
Brady
about-
don't know how to run a team.
No, he doesn't.
I'm just saying that's what I think it is. That's all.
Brady don't know how to run a team.
If it's about power,
I agree.
go to the Raiders. If it's about actually trying to win and be successful, you come here. You have a better chance.
Dude,
That's what I'm thinking.
I think.
Well,
they
we
go
don't
for the
win much
highest-
either, so I don't
I
know
just
if I
think
can
you got a
sit there
better
and say that.
chance.
But maybe I think you have a leg up with the quarterback for sure. Let's keep this thing moving along, though, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what we do. Appreciate y'all for